preview show for the New York Jets We Bleed Purple podcast. Daniel Wilcox and Matt Trigger. We have a very special guest from the New York Jets, former first round pick in 2000, 133 and a half career sacks, 3-time All Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. John Abraham. John, welcome to the show, brother. With the
Hey,
bobblehead.
boy got a bobblehead.
I love that,
Hey,
man.
what's good, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. How you doing, man? I told y'all already, man. I had to go get me a hat because it's like y'all should call yourself the Hat Show or something.
We sauced up.
Look, he gets mad at me if I don't wear my hat, John. So yeah, I have to wear.
How we gonna bleed purple and John don't represent? We got to represent, dog.
I'm with you 1,000%. You know, I got a hairline now, so I act up.
I got a hairline now.
Yeah.
I hear that, bro. Man, thanks for coming on the show first and foremost, John. For all of you guys that don't know, my rookie year in the NFL 2000, I came in as an undrafted free agent to the New York Jets. John was a first-round pick there, and he was one. I'm new at the tight end position, receiver all through college. My last year, I moved to tight end, and then when I got to the Jets, they had no idea really where to put me because they brought me in as an undrafted guy as the tight end position. All the tight ends was big, 6'6", 260, 280 pounds. Here I am, 6'2", 6'2 and a half, about 225 pounds. I'm fast as shit. I'm all over the place, quick as hell, but I was too light in the ass to block guys like John and guys that we had on the edge. This is back when all the linebackers was like 260 plus, about 6'3", 6'4", so it was the Coxes, the Mo Lewises, the Sam Cowards, the Marvin Jones, but Abraham and Big Cat Ellis, Jason Ferguson, those guys were the guys that kind of take me under my wing a little bit, take me under their wing a little bit, and just kind of show me the ropes. And they also gave me that real fast introductory to the NFL because I had to block some grown-ass men. It's different when you're out on the edge and you blocking cornerbacks and safeties, and then you move to that tight end spot, and now you got to block. This is when everybody had a 4-3 defense versus a 3-4 defense. Now everybody got a 3-4. Back then, everybody had 4 down linemen, and the defensive end all looked like Greek gods. And John was like the first I actually met when I got into the NFL, and he was an absolute dog. So I learned how to get myself in position early because I was going to get thrown out the club quite a bit with me being undersized and lightweight. So to be able to have John on the show, to me, is one of the biggest blessings that I've ever experienced and ever had to share on this show. So, John, thanks for joining us, brother.
No, man, thanks for the introduction, man. But you don't understand, like, you've always been like, this ain't nothing. Just even if we weren't on this YouTube thing, I would tell you this every time I see you. You always been a stand-up guy. You would always think he was a first-round pick. You would always think he was somebody that was super major in any program, and he did show up in every program he was in. Every program he was in, he always made his name be seen. Even when I would watch football games, I'm like, oh, look at Wilcox again. Or I'll be looking at something and you'll see him at some kind of event. I'm like, dude, I'm the first round pick, but why is he always going to play somebody? He just had a knack for it, man. Just a people person, and that's something you can't really find, man. Like when he came to New York, it was just automatic a jail in. It wasn't like we had to show him the ropes. Like a lot of people, you got to tell, like, this is how you be a pro, this is how you be a professional, this is how you do this, he just came in and it was just like he went from like a rook to a pro in like 3 days or something like that. Like he just caught everything quick, and he was a sponge, and that's hard to find in a young player.
I think what that was, John, was always the designated driver because I didn't drink or smoke. So I ended up getting inducted by all the pro guys, like all the older guys. Like they kind of, Wilcox, you don't drink, you don't smoke. Like guys like Chris Hayes, Pito, those guys kind of, tucked me under their wings really quick and then kind of inducted me. And I think I've always had such an aggressive mind as a player, offensive player. So I think that kind of made me cooler with the defensive guys than I was with the offensive guys, So
Right.
Of course I hung out with Santana Moss and, Torrey Woodbury, those two guys, both. Torrey was a quarterback. Everybody knows Santana was a receiver. But most of the guys I hung out with was defensive guys, Chris Hayes, Damian Robinson, John, guys like you guys, man. You guys were one that kind of was my like the guys that kind of kept me in that alien form of who I really was and where I was. With you being from the South, like South being from Atlanta, it was a kind of easy fit. We kind of,
Right.
as we was around each other, we kind of still had that same vibe, man. So I mean, it was dope, man. It was a really dope experience being in New York with you, and you guys, shit, y'all, y'all didn't spare no expense, man. Y'all kind of showed me exactly how hard this shit was going to be. Trying to be an undrafted free agent in the NFL. It wasn't an easy experience, and the Jets was the first team that didn't have no clue what to do with me. So moving me back and forth from tight end to fullback, back to tight end, and put them in the slot and receive. They didn't know where to play me at. So it just kind of made my transition a little bit harder, man. But watching you guys be the pros that you were, it's the thing that kept elevating me to want to get better day in and day out. And going against guys like, how it is when you're going against somebody that's fucking great. You guys had one of the best defenses I think I've ever seen. And I left you guys and went to Tampa, another great freaking defense with Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and all those guys. Then I end up in Baltimore with Ray and Ed and Suggs and all those guys. So if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't have been able to make those rounds so fluently and effortless, man. So I appreciate your words, though, man. Thanks so much, John. I appreciate it. But you're one of the biggest pros and the greatest pros I think I've ever seen in this game, man. So you always pinch your hat, you always pinch your ears back, and you got after that fucking quarterback ass, bro. Like when I say got after his ass, got after his ass every single time.
You got to do what God bless you with. God bless me with a knack to rush the quarterback. Like, see, me personally, it took me a long time to get invested in that I had a good career because of the stuff I didn't do. I think, Trigger, I just met you, but I talked about it, like the stuff that the reason why I'm not in the Hall of Fame. And if I never got injured, we wouldn't be talking about this. We'll be talking about my Hall of Fame career. I got hurt my rookie year, and if I kind of wish I would have had Daniel when I first got in the league, because I didn't drink and smoke till I got to the NFL. But my thing was more of trying to stick in with the guys that were in New York at the time. You gotta understand, we had some dogs, and I wanted to be a dog. And before, I always felt like I was always out of the loop, because when everybody would go out and everything, I'll be in the dorm room, or I'll be at home, or I'll be doing this. But then when I was in the league, I was like, you know what? I want to be an NFL player. I want to do everything everybody else do. I want to be coincide. I want to look like them. I want to act like them. I want to be a hard ass. I want people to be mad as hell at me. I want to be one of them guys that, I can drink this guy on the table. I can hit any girl I want. And that was the kind of the image we had in New York when I got there. So, and it ended up being very capitalizing to my own personal growth. You know what I mean? Because I felt like, okay, this is working. And then I was having success and doing that. That's what messed me up, because if you do something, it's kind of like if you take a piece of candy before a game, or if you do something different and you go out there and have 100 catches, or shoot, I don't really do this, but I'm gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I never really devalued the game, but I did devalue my place in the game, if that makes sense. I don't think I ever took away from the game. I never came out to a game drunk or did anything that these people would say I was doing. I was in New York. I was like, coach used to be like, did you drink before the game? I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, I ain't that kind of drunk. I'm like, good Lord. I'm like one of those after the games. I just be hurting, and I don't take pills, and I don't do all this other stuff. But I've never did anything to devalue the game in that way. And I want to make that clear, because I tell you, man, the coaches that I had when I was in New York, man, when I said it made it so tough to come to work. And when you said leaving New York and then going to other organizations and having certain, and I'm not saying it was, no, I'm saying it was the coaching. So it was kind of like how they had things going on. They didn't know what to do with me. I was straight up an edge. I would be called the edge now. You had me taking double teams on and trying to. I used to walk around with cast on my fingers because I kept jamming my fingers. I wasn't a big guy, but I could move. And I remember my third year, it was I messed up and went inside. There was no more inside moves. So from my third year all the way to my 6th year, I couldn't make any inside moves. So think about being a pass rusher and you only got one move, outside and bull rush. I was like, wow.
Outside,
my career is doo-doo here. And then when I got to Atlanta, it kind of eased up. And I ran to Kevin Winston.
K-Dub.
Yeah, I just ran to Kevin Winston. And it was good.
Carolina, right?
I asked him straight up. I was like, man, why y'all didn't like me there? He said, man, we liked you. I said, no, somebody didn't like me. Trust me. I said, it was somebody that was here. But that's just a part of the journey, man.
I think it was Tannenbaum, bro. Tannenbaum made everybody feel like they wouldn't like.
I'm pretty sure. I know who it was, but I told myself I'm gonna get over it. But it's just a part of the story.
Yeah.
We're talking about our Jets history and stuff like that. But one thing I can say, we did everything as a team when I was there. So it was always
Yeah.
a group. So that's not I've learned teammanship more than I did probably in college because if everybody went out with each other, or we would go to someone's
Correct.
house. We always had accountability for each other. That's one thing I did learn in New York, and that's one thing I can say is positive. Like I said, the facility back then, but have you been to the new facility? Lord Jesus, is so nice.
I have not. It's
Oh my
nice.
boy, you go in that thing, you could be like, we would have won 12, 13 games a year then, bro. Like, because from what we had, if we had that
Yeah.
facility, nobody would have left. Nobody would have left the facility, bro. That facility
It was that nice.
they're doing a heck of a job down there now. I can't even trip, man.
But they still don't have their own stadium, right?
Yeah, I don't think that
They still share.
I think they
I
still
would
share in the
take,
stadium.
yeah, I would take that facility over. I'll share a stadium with that facility. If you see that facility, man, trust me,
that
bro.
nice?
Like you see the facility, you're
I
gonna be
got
like,
you.
wow. Compared to what we was in Hofstra, you'll definitely be like, wow.
John, you said something a little earlier, man, and you was talking about that somebody didn't like you, and a lot of times, I think that's the element of the game that people just kind of just let go over their head all the time, and
Right.
in this world, like they look at us like we're aliens, like we're different, like we can take anything, like we're men first and foremost. Then all of us, most of us, 99% of us are type A type guys, but they don't realize like how important it is to feel like that you're liked in the facility that you're around, or like you go to work every day in a negative environment because you feel like people don't really rock with you that way, and it affects your play. It affects the way that you play because you don't feel comfortable being where you are, and then you second guess every single thing you say, every single thing you do, because it puts you in an uncomfortable situation. For you to hear you say the first pick overall, star athlete, starting edge rusher, defensive end at the time, in the 4-3 defense, to hear you say that they didn't like you is absolutely insane. Because I left out of New York the exact same way. Like y'all don't even know I left when I left. Like I literally got a call from my agent saying the Bucks are trying to sign you, but they don't want to sign you if you're going to stay with the Jets. So I was on the practice squad that second year towards the end of that year. And when they called me, they was like, look, if you're going to talk to the Jets about negotiating the contract and getting bumped up to the active roster, then they don't even want to waste their time. And I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I'm not playing. They promised me this. They told me this. They told me that. I felt like I was being lied to. I felt like I was being jerked around a little bit. I did not feel good about the situation. And I had never been cut in my life until I got to New York. And Mike Tannenbaum, I kept looking that man in his face every time he brought me to the damn office. yeah. Every time he brought me to that office to cut me, to move me up and down that roster, that shit was tough to deal with, man. So when I got that phone call, I couldn't wait for a fresh start. I wanted to get the hell up out of there as fast as I could, and it just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I worked on forgiveness for the last probably 10 years, man. Just trying to forgive myself for,
since retirement, right?
Yeah, since retirement. Yeah, since retirement. And like I said, that's why I got the Jet stuff on now. Like I had a lot of good times, and I want to enjoy my past. I don't want to leave my whole past as just being negative, man. But definitely like feeling like you was getting lied to. I totally understand it, man. Like strange decisions. Like somebody telling you one thing and somebody doing another. You asking for this and this happening, and it's like communication is big, but like you said, we're men. Communication is big. If you don't like me, just let me know. But I still can do my job pretty well. But to have someone walking on eggshells at any job is tough to do. Like especially if I'm making Pro Bowls and still feeling like I'm trash at work. Like it's like you sell the $1 million houses, but you come back into work feeling like you living in a 10-day house or Airbnb or something. So I would come in and I felt like I never felt like
that's
all
crazy,
pro.
John.
I never felt like
that's
felt
crazy.
like that because I think you were already gone. My last year there was very uncomfortable though because I got franchised, and it was just uncomfortable because I don't even know how to say it, man. It was just uncomfortable. I don't want to pick at it. I try to forgive everybody in that situation. I've talked to Woody after that. Woody's cool with me now. Like that was just so long ago, and
Yeah.
But we're just speaking our truths. We're not trying to like one thing. I don't want people to like go on a little thing and think that we're talking trash about that situation. We're just saying our truths of what happened between the situation.
Yeah.
We're over it.
We,
It's been 20
yeah,
years for us.
we all truly appreciate what the NFL definitely
Yeah,
did for us in that standpoint of how it helped change our life and our trajectory of
yeah,
life.
yeah.
But moments are so heavy for us when we're in
Right,
those
right,
moments.
right,
And
right.
you got to understand, we still young men growing up to be men, fresh out of college, first real job, you know, and we making real money for the first time. And people are like, what are you complaining about? Like that shit is really tough mentally on you, and it's going so fast. It happens so
Yeah.
fast. Like before you blink, you 10 years in. It's crazy.
Yeah, I tell everyone that they don't understand. Like our jobs are insecure because like we don't know if the next day is going to be our last day. You know, I was blessed to have 15 years, but it felt like it was 15 minutes now. You know, like all that time that I wasted, you
Well
know,
said.
doing other things. I tell people this all the time. This is my little slogan. I was a great player, but I was a terrible pro. The pro situation is what you do off the field. You know, like if I would have been, I should have been in media more. I should have been more available for people to see me. Like not saying I was taking people out instead of being in events where people take me out. Like if you go to events now, you know, like most events, you know how it is, Dan. You go to certain events, you can just sit there and you don't got to pay nothing. You can sit there and be with some rich folks and just have a good time. But I was young, man, and it was more about flossing and showing everybody that you know I got it, I got it, I got it. And you know, as you get older,
But that's a
like that's
form of
what I'm not.
insecurity too, though. That's a
Yes,
form of
that's a big
insecurity
form
too.
of insecurity. That's
And
a
we
big
don't
form of
realize it
insecurity.
though. But we
Well,
don't know it.
yeah,
We're
well,
not mature enough to
I
know it.
guess we kind of know it, but we just don't want to like we don't want to admit it at the time. Like, okay, you know, my mom wasn't there. My mom didn't show me that much love, or my dad wasn't there for me. I need gratification. This is how I can get gratification. And if you see it in your whole life, is this is how people are gratified. You see the guys with the money. You see the guys doing this. And, you know, we're in college struggling. Even though we're playing football, we might have, you know, people coming to us, but then you see the other people that are really out there partying, and we're missing holidays and missing all this. Then you get the opportunity to share that love, and sometimes we're really just like we love to share stuff. Some people just love to share, and I'm like a giving person. It took me so long to get the power of no. Like now, I'm like no. Now, if you want to do something for free 99 with me, yay! Yeah, y'all call me. Hey, you want to do this? Yeah, y'all do the podcast. Okay, okay, okay. Hey, if you want to do this, yeah, man. Hey, you want to? Nah, I ain't investing in that. Nah, I can't do that. Nah. I'm a little older now because you got kids now. I was talking
Yeah.
to the rookies. I was telling them that take care of yourself first. Like I know everybody want to take care of their mom. They want to take care of this, this, and this. And I said, it's you know, your family is what come out you, not where you came from. And I know it sounds bad, but look, my kids came out of me. This is my family. You know, if I get a wife, kid, these are the people that I need to worry about. But I'm going back taking care of this and this and this. And, no, man, that ain't my job. And that's really no man's job. If you think about it. If you look at it now, if you have enough, if you want to help somebody out in the past, that's good. But if you're gonna help them, get them a real job somewhere else. Don't get them a job with you because once they start messing up, oh, you're gonna be like, man. And like I said, I tell
I got
people
to
right
fire
now,
them.
since I'm 47 now, I've never lost a real friend saying no. I only lost fake friends. Like if I told you no, I
People that
wasn't
you don't
gonna do
need.
it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Cox, if I would have asked you if you would have hit me up and I'd be like, nah, I ain't doing it, you still would have hit
Yeah.
me up tomorrow. You still
I
would have
still
called
would
me
hit
the
you up
next
tomorrow.
day.
You
You'd have
100%
been
right.
like, oh, I ain't tripping. You'd have been like, I ain't tripping today, but then it'd have been over with. That's when you know you got a real friend. Somebody called
Yeah.
and asked you for something, you just be like, nah. You got see that's the big thing that you got to learn in life.
Hey, John, we got a
Yeah.
question for you from one of our listeners.
Yes.
Does
There's a
that mirror the
miracle.
cultural?
Go ahead, Matt.
Does that mirror the culture theme too, though? Who should have tapped you on your shoulder and given you the advice that you're giving the rookies currently?
I don't know. You know,
Damn.
I can say
Damn.
that I can say this is what I can say. I think I had people tap me on the shoulder, but I don't think I took it serious because I was so young. I was more in, I was more, I was more in the release phase of my life because I've always been like holding my breath, and I finally got to breathe. Like I think Jameis Winston said this. I've been repeating this so much. This is the best thing I ever heard Jameis Winston say. He said he didn't dream big enough. My dream was just to get to the NFL. I didn't have any plans to be an All-Pro. I didn't have no plans to be all this other stuff.
Damn,
I
you
had
sound like
Curtis
me.
Martin, I had Chad Pennington, I had Santana, I had so many other guys that knew the scheme of life, knew how to work the life. I had Wayne Corbett, I had Kevin Mawai, I had a plethora of guys. But it was me just trying to be a man, and I didn't really know how to maneuver. So my thing was to try to act like I knew. Like that's what I did. I act like I knew. Okay, well, man, to me, I know my dad was a heavy drinker. My dad was a womanizer. My dad was this. He had a lot of friends. I came to the Jets. Everybody was like that on defense. Not saying there was womanizers and all that. I don't know about people's personal life. I'm just saying that all us drank, and we did all that.
Yeah.
So that was my perception of what I needed to do
Yeah.
to fit in the NFL. Like I
Right.
wanted to be a Hall of Famer in my mind, but I'm like, I don't know if I can keep up with this. And then like sometimes if you're not a talkative person, because I was a social drinker. Like I only drank because I didn't feel comfortable around people, so I would drink. And then I can talk. The first
He
time I
was an
drank,
introvert,
I had
turned into an
yeah. The
extrovert.
first time I drank, I thought I was the best day of my life because I was out talking to girls, I was talking to my friends, I was cracking jokes. I don't even know if I was funny or not. But then like after then, I was just like, okay, if I do this, I'll be okay. Oh, I see why people drink now. But I wouldn't ever like put it on anybody around me to say it's their fault. I would say that maybe if my culture of growing up was different, maybe if, one of the coaches had told, because I got told a lot of things, but you got to understand, like, the outside, I had a lot of free time in New York. Like, and you got to
Yeah.
understand, like, I've been working in the field since I was like 5, 6 years old with my mom. So I always was working. I had a job at 11. You know what I mean? So, and
Doing
I was going, yeah, I was going to Upward Bound. Like I was doing anything to get money and everything. So I finally got a chance to release. So for me, it was just like, but nobody really told me like, look, you can be a Hall of Famer. You can do this. You can do that. Like nobody really told me because I think because
me neither, John.
I had early success. I think that's what kind of messed me up. I had early success, and when you have early success and you kind of counter doing some other stuff, you think it's okay, and then your friends are doing it too, and you feel like it's okay. And so when I left the field, when I went home, it was like I want to take care of everybody. So I was taking care of my mom, my sisters, my cousins, my friends. It was just like because I was just so used to it, so I didn't really take care of myself. But I would never put it on anybody to say that that was their job to do it. Like, sure, I wish it would have happened that way. I would love to one of the coaches to do it, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it was my journey.
I think it was I think it was players that told us, but we just didn't really fully listen to them either. Because I remember guys telling us, "Man, save your money," and it was like they would tell you that, and you knew they was right, telling you to save your money, but then everybody around was spending their money. So it's like
Right.
everybody got nice cars in this parking. Like how am I not going to match that? Everybody got tailored suits. How am I not going to match that? The LV girls would come up there to the damn thing and they would have their tailored suits. I ain't have nothing to do with none of that mess, but it's one of those things like you would hear it and then it was like it was just going one end out the other. Go ahead, Matt, because I know you was about to say something too. Go ahead, Matt. I want to hear what you got to say.
John, I wanted to ask you, you've been really candid about your time in New York, on and off the field. Did the media itself play a huge part in how you were perceived and how you perceived yourself? Because New York is the media capital of the United States, and playing there as opposed to playing anywhere else has got to be tough because the media is 10 times the size of some place like Baltimore. Daniel can get noticed in Baltimore because of what being a Raven, obviously, but there wasn't 400 reporters in a room waiting to talk to every Ravens player after a game, so to speak.
But the funny thing is there wasn't like a lot of reporters in the Jets locker room. I mean, nobody wanted to come down to Hofstra. There was a couple of beat writers, so it wasn't amazing like that.
Oh, okay, that was a misconception then.
Oh no, yeah. The thing about I'm saying now they probably are because they're in Jersey, so they probably have like hundreds of people in there now. But I'm saying when we were there, it wasn't too bad. But you still had the media like the New York Times, all that stuff was there. So I think before I got my DUI, and I don't really like to talk about it, but I'm it's part of the story right now. Before I got my DUI, I was like a heaven, like I was like a god. Like I walk around, they had nothing bad to say about me. And then I got that. It's like I went from being just this good, and I never got in trouble before. Like, I never got in trouble. I was young, maybe 23, 24. And instead of, I've been around coaches now, and I see how coaches handle when you have issues. They don't let the media jump on that player like that. You know what I mean? They don't let the media take it to that player like that. They kind of like, we're gonna talk about it one time and we're gonna let it go. Because when I came to Atlanta, I got in trouble, and that was just like, yeah, we're gonna
kind of hard not to get in trouble here.
It'll be like one day, like this happened. All right, we good. Yeah, no, John's fine. But in New York, it was kept going. The next year, they still talking about this. I remember one time they said I was the most selfish person on the team, and I was like, wow, I ain't never been called that on the team. And it just kept impacting. So somebody either in the media thing, I kind of know who it is, but they never stopped. And like, trust me, if you be around real coaches, like real head coaches, like Mike Tomlin type guy, like, you can talk trash. We'll give you that one day to get this like player, get it out. But then it's over. Like, but that's how Mike Smith was. Mike Smith was just like, all right, yeah, he did with this. Okay, we'll talk to him and we'll get over it. We got a game this week. I'm like, what? Like, y'all ain't put me on the crucifix now? Like, I ain't just the worst player ever? Like, I ain't this? I'm like, wow. So it was a big difference, man. Like, when you're like just thrown to the Tigers like that, or to the Lions, as they say, it's tough, especially, man, I'm 26. I don't got no kind of media, what they call it, media training or anything like that. Yeah, like, I got no media training before then, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know. All right, I'm the worst person ever. Like, I promise you, if you look from that day before to that day after, it was just ripping me. Like, injuries, then they started talking about, oh, he's always injured because of this. Like, dude, I have a groin injury. The only thing I heard the whole time I was there was my groin. And if you're practicing every day and they ain't letting you rest,
I wonder why it was your groin.
Yeah, like, oh, why his groin keep hurting?
Like, why does he putting your groin, dog?
I'm practicing every day.
Too much thrusting.
I never got a black jersey the whole time I was there. I was out there practicing. I remember one of my teammates was like, bro, why you practice so hard? I was like, man, I'm trying to get a black jersey. They were like, why are you worrying about a black jersey? You just had 3 sacks this game. I remember I think I had 3 sacks a game. The next day, my backup got a black jersey. I was like, I see what they're doing to me. They're like, boom, boom, boom. They like giving you one of these. I was like, wow. Yeah. So then it kind of got like, man, just protect your mental, man, because you're gonna come into work, just come in here, do what these people say. You're making good money. I mean, it really wasn't great money, because you think about it. Like, it was like, I signed a 5-year deal for $7 million. That's nothing now. But I was like, at the time, it was just like,
Did he say $7 million wasn't a lot of money?
Man, that's still like, he in New York, so in the higher tax bracket.
Yeah.
Put like this: 5 years, $7 million for a 13th pick overall. So if you think about that, that is like,
New York,
and $7 million is only like 3.5 after tax.
Cut that in half, really. So you get 7. You're gonna get 3.5 in 5 years. And you think about it, like, I want to.
Yeah, that's not a lot. You're right.
And you living in New York.
Extra year, yeah, and the price of living in New York. So I was like, man, I ain't even getting paid like that. I think Kurt was making like 6 or 7 million that time. So I'm looking like, dude, I'm like 3-time Pro Bowler. I'm getting like my check, because I got like $2 million up front. So my check was probably like that year I was making like 100,000 or something. So I'm looking like, this sucks. 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All Pro. Like, it makes sense if you like. If you're a regular person, you're saying that, but like, you're looking at football.
You think about like, what the edge rushers make right now today. These guys making 90 million,
like 40 million a year. Is like
40 million a year. He wouldn't even get $1 million a year.
I wouldn't
even, when you think about it, $3.5 million for 5 years, that's less than $1 million a year.
That is ridiculous if you think about it. Like, and then when I got franchised, I was gonna retire. Like, when I got franchised, I planned on retiring. I was done. Like, I couldn't handle the aspect of all the. I felt like every time I came to work, it just felt like everybody was looking at me like I was the worst person in the world. Whether it was true or not, this is when I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking. I stopped going. I started doing everything. I was just focusing on football, man. I was like focusing on this. I ain't doing nothing else. I don't want them to talk bad about me no more. They can't say this. They can't say that. That's not how you can live life, man. Like, trying to live life like that is the worst feeling, man. You sit there trying to prove something to somebody. And like, everybody, even now, I still have that same little inkling in me sometimes. And they be like, you got to stop worrying about what people think. But nobody ever told me that before. Like, they always like, hey, man, you make sure that people, before it was like, hey
You're
man,
always trying to
you gotta
prove
watch
yourself.
because the media watching, these people watching, this person watching, and now you see the influence of athletes are being themselves, and I love that for them. But I think some
I do
people are
too,
going a
bro.
little too far. But I like
I
that.
do too, John.
Yeah, I think
I do
some of them are
too.
too far, but I think, I would say I like it because if I had this forum in 2001 or 2002, this wouldn't be no issue. Like a lot of stuff that was going on in my mind, I could have just called you up. We could have FaceTime, or I could have hit you. I'm gonna come on your pod tonight, man. I ain't feeling good right now. You know, I'm come on the pod, and
Yeah,
I
let's
know
talk
if I
about
got on that pod, I would have just opened up and been like, man, I just don't feel comfortable here right now. But in New York, trying to talk to the media about that, you know, the head coach or some other people get to talk to the media before they put anything out. Oh yeah, don't put that out. No, we're not gonna put that out. No, he's not gonna say that in the media. No, we ain't gonna do that.
right.
You know, a lot of times back in the day, it was that shock media that got people because the players would say it when they had a live camera on, and then they couldn't tell them not to say it. That's why you like the Keyshawn's and the guys would. That's how they snuck it in because before it, the beat writers will write stuff down, then they'll go to the head coach. No, don't say that. No, we can't put that out there. We're not putting it in the media. So that's why the certain things that you weren't ready for, the Ryan Leaf situation when he just spazzed out on the like stuff like that is that's the kind of stuff we get. But now, you know, we can just literally go on our phone and be like, man, I'm kind of pissed off right now. I don't understand why they don't like me now. I don't understand what's going on.
Matt loves that.
Yeah.
Hey,
you don't like that?
Matt, well, we got a couple players in Baltimore that got their own podcast, and they be we getting our ass whooped like the first 4 or 5, 6 weeks, and they would go do their podcast, and they weren't even talking about anything of substance, bro. But it's like the things they would say after a loss was just like, bro, I was so embarrassed after we lost, I didn't want to be seen.
Can I tell him why it bothered me though?
Go, yeah, sure, Matt.
Wilcox,
sir.
I'm not going to be disrespectful about it because I was very disrespectful about it when it was happening. John, right. You played in the league a long time, and Daniel did too. Coming from a fan perspective, when you get your ass whooped on the football field, and then you go on your own podcast, sitting in your bed with a towel wrapped around your head and no shirt on, and you're talking about on to the next one, like it's like willful ignorance and arrogance. And this was Marlon Humphrey, and then Kyle Van Noy is not even playing. He's hurt. We're getting our asses handed to us at the beginning of the year, and he's doing taste testing videos with his wife on TikTok. And it's like it's tone deaf to me. It's tone deaf.
Now I agree. I agree to a certain extent, but also people want to show that they're living their life also. Like,
I hear you.
Not saying it's not serious. Like some stuff I do think is a little up there, but even after a loss, you still have to come back home and release. And that's kind of how some people release. Now I'm saying, like, you know, towel on and being naked and stuff. Like, nah.
It was weird.
You know, if you're just having taste tests with your wife, like this is how my wife calms me down. Like I know we had a bad game, but I got, you know, if I sit around him just like
I'm not expecting anybody to sit John, I'm not expecting anybody to sit around and mope. Yeah. I understand that you guys have your lives, but when the fan base is, you know, they pay their hard-earned money to come see you guys play. And in that way, it kind of gives them a right to have the opinions they do.
No, it's got a right to judge because it's social media. You definitely have a right. Like if you go on social media, you got to know what's coming after that. You know, you got to know, like right now, if I say this and the Jets be like, you know what, John, you talk so bad about us, we'll never see you again. I'm like, well, I can't really be mad. Like, nobody forced me to do this. Like, so, but hopefully it won't. I still love y'all. I still love y'all. I told you I'm forgiving. Hey, be cool now.
You ain't said nothing bad, John. You ain't said nothing.
You've been relatively mild though, John. But the one thing I'm happy about, and I didn't have a chance to tell Wilcox about it because we did our post game show right after the game on Sunday night. Marlon Humphrey went live on his Instagram, and he does this thing where he does victory lives on the plane. And Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry were sitting next to each other, and Marlon put the phone in their face, and they said, "Get that shit out of our face." And he ended the live. You know, like now the leaders on the team are starting to step up and say, "Hey, get this shit together," because he hasn't been on a podcast in a minute now. And they, you know, they kind of shut down all that social media. That Lamar got all the games and the and the TVs and the video games
All this out the locker room.
out of the locker room. So they've been locked in on this 4-game win streak. I don't have a problem with any player living their life, but when you go when you have a home game in M&T Bank, Wilcox can attest to this, John. When that place used to be feared to play in. When
Scared as hell to
get,
come to M&T Bank, but the bank was the
now,
bank.
And then when the Detroit Lions almost put up 40 on you at home,
at the crib,
and then you're sitting in there in your room shirtless, bro. Come on, like what are we doing here?
Come to your penthouse, John. Telling you take their shirt off in your penthouse so we can pee on your floor.
Well, see, okay, I would say how you said it was handled is how it's supposed to be handled. I don't think the fans have the right to tell that guy that he can't do that if the players in the locker room didn't tell him. But if you've seen Lamar Jackson, if you've seen everybody else get a problem with it, that's when we have a problem. Like me and you just met, Matt. If you came like, hey, you should play better, I'm like, man, get out my face. Now Dan come to my face and be like, hey, bro, come let me talk to you. All right, okay, yeah, don't do that.
That's fair.
And I'm not trying to be rude at all.
No. Listen, yeah.
If people on my team are like,
we need to hear this shit, John. We need to hear this shit. Say this.
If they cool, if they ain't saying nothing to me, if I ain't bothering them, we good. Now you come over here like, oh, you should be doing this. I'm like, man, get out my face, man. Like, dude, you ain't on the team with us. But once it become a problem for like people that really doing work with me, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like even with Michael Parsons, he ain't doing this thing this year. Michael, like, yeah, I'm chilling, man. I got to focus on football. We trying to win the Super Bowl. And that kind of takes away that what were you doing in Dallas? You weren't trying to win the Super Bowl there. So you can't say certain things. Like you can have a good podcast. No, I'm saying you can like you say certain things, but then you be like, oh man, like, oh well, that wasn't the smartest thing for me to say. But also these kids are in their 20s, man. Like some of these guys are 20. So I know some are a bit older, but even like when I was trying to talk to the kids from the Falcons, I had to talk to the rookies. Like I said earlier, I tried to keep it as in the social media aspect, but also I had to keep it in the wide perspective. I'm like, this is their new means. So I can't tell them to don't do this. Like, don't stay off social media. I said, look, y'all gonna do this, like do this right here. You're gonna do your podcast. I said, but build yourself up so when you do your podcast, bam, 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 so it can blow up. But make sure you keep your own like agenda. Make sure you keep certain things on. Like, know the right things. Get you a person around you that can help you steer. Don't just pop on your phone when you ride and do something. I said, all y'all have a standard that y'all need to uphold. I said, regardless of whether y'all were undrafted or were you the first round pick, y'all should treat yourself in the same manner because y'all really are all NFL players. And it's all about relationships. Everybody knows that. Relationships is what's going to get you in the NFL. I don't care, like, whether you go to this team or that team, this guy get hired here, this guy going to bring you with you. This guy over here, they're going to bring you with you. Like whenever you see a head coach come, you know his friends coming with him. It ain't got to be sometimes it's not the best coordinator. Sometimes it's not the best DB, not the best player. Who's my friends? Come on over with me, friend.
That's very true. I mean, Herm Edwards got the job at New York, and he brought D-Rod with him from Houston, from down that way. So it's true. I mean, it's very true. What do you tell me this, John? Like I'm kind of jumping topics and stuff right now because we could talk about this social media shit forever. So I think what I remember most about. I had a head coach in New York. I had Herm Edwards. I go to Tampa. I got John Gruden. I get to Baltimore. I get Brian Billick. Then I get John Harbaugh. Okay, what did you remember most about Herm? I think for me, when I look back at on my experience for the 2 years I had with Herm, I remember more than anything perception versus reality. I felt like he said that shit a million times. Perception versus reality. This is how people gonna perceive you, and when this is reality. I remember that shit still to this day. And it was 2000 and 2001 when I got there, in 2002, and I still remember perception versus reality right now. What do you remember most about your experiences with the different head coaches? And I'm doing this off the back that our teammate Aaron Glenn is right now the coach for the New York Jets. Well, so I want to know what his staple is. His staple gonna be. What do you remember most about your head coach?
I started with Al Grove. Al Grove, I didn't really get a chance to meet Al Grove. So then, then I went straight to Herm. When I first heard of Herm and I didn't meet him yet, I was in awe of him, man. Having a black coach in the NFL, I wanted to do everything possible to make him look good. You know, I like regardless of what he did in the locker room or what we did on the field, I felt like I automatically I needed to have his back. Now, did I feel the same accord later in my career? No, I did not. Later on in my career, I felt like that he could have done more to help me. And I'm not saying that like it was his job. It wasn't his job. You know, he had other players,
Right.
but also I wasn't one of his players that he drafted. Like I wasn't the guy that he would probably, you know, I went through them going through trying to get Brian Thomas, you know, pretty much the same exact player that looked like me and everything. So I'm like, you're trying
BT,
to get rid of
yeah, I remember that.
yeah, yeah. So it was tough, man. And you know, going into the certain things when contract going on, and you know, people not telling you exactly what you thought they was going to say, and just saying that this is going to happen. Or I just feel like me personally, I felt like he threw me under the bus a few times. I felt like as a coach, even in the Pittsburgh game, like when I and I ain't saying it's necessarily his fault because I don't know if it was his call or not, but I know he was the head coach.
Yeah.
So I had an LCL at the time, you know, and the LCL takes 6 weeks. It was 5 weeks for Pittsburgh, and you know, as a player, the first thing you say is, "I'm gonna play." So I said
Hell
I was
yeah.
gonna play. I didn't know
That's
now because
all
it was
the
just the
time.
LCL. They said it wasn't a broke knee or nothing like that. So I'm like, I'm gonna play. But like they said, it's a 6 week to 8 week injury. So I'm like, okay, but we played Pittsburgh in week 5. So they told me like, you think you can play? I'm like, man, I went to Dr. Andrews that Saturday, like before the game, and I was like, man, I can't turn. I said I can go straight, but I can't turn. You know, they're like, well, because you know everybody was trying to say, well, Leftwich played with the LCL. I said Leftwich is a quarterback. All you gotta do is stay straight. You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do that. So, you know, before the game, it was like, okay, we're just gonna act like he's gonna warm up, then we're gonna pull you. We know you ain't gonna play, but we're not gonna tell them, you know, 'cause we kind of still got you on the active list, so we can't really just not.
That's that same
So,
shit, Matt, we were talking about right there.
yeah,
Same shit.
so I did it. So I went and did my sprints and everything, and then I didn't play, and then like the media started eating me up. Like every time I went out somewhere, the people was just like, "Hey man, you gave up on us." I'm like, dude, I couldn't. I mean, they knew I couldn't play, and instead of just like, you know what, Abraham couldn't play. That's all we got to say. We're over it. And it just let people believe that I really gave up on New York. And for me, I love New York, especially Long Island. And for the people to think that I wouldn't, if people saw like all these injuries, all these like, I will cast on my fingers just to play. I had
I
a
remember
I
this
had
shit.
I had a knee brace on. I had an elbow brace on. Y'all think I don't want to play this game? I'm like,
I
dude,
remember
like
this
if y'all
shit.
watch me in practice, if y'all watch me and everybody think that, because you know we couldn't. Like I said, if I had the media, then if I had my social media, oh yeah, I'd been like, look, man, my knee. This is me at Dr. Andrews right now. Look, y'all see me. We making sure the LCL because you got to have your own back, and you can have your back now.
I
Like
don't
man,
think
we'll
we do
get
that.
thrown under the bus. Yeah, we'll get thrown under the bus, and like it's crazy because it's 25 years now since I've been drafted there, and people still say I'll be online. Oh, you gave up on the Jets. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I said, I came back for year 6. I played for year 6. I'm like, I said, dude, y'all ain't talking about every year I got hurt, I came back better. Every year I got hurt this game, I came back better. Like I get no, I'm like, I said, it's cool, man. If y'all feel that way, and I had to hinder that until I went to Atlanta. And then when I got to Atlanta, I was scared because I was like, I can't get in trouble. I can't do this. But I had Jim Moore. Jim Moore ain't give a shit. And I ain't trying to be rude, but he was just like, no, I'm protecting you. Like, you want to talk today, Abe? You feeling good? You need this? Okay, all right. Oh, you hurt? Oh, man. Oh, you hurt stuff? All right,
He
cool.
was all about the players for real.
He was about making me feel comfortable. He's like, look, we need you. We know you good. We know you that guy. We're not trying to humble you. We're not trying to make you feel like you're not. You're that guy. Like, we lose you, we're effed. We ain't worried about that. Mike Smith came in.
Right.
They was like, we know you got groin injuries, John. You can't practice every day. We're not even trying to be rude or nothing, and Ray Hamilton came in, and it was just like they was helping me out. They were like, okay, we know you're still good. Like we ain't gonna practice really hard on Wednesday, Thursday, you do this, boom, boom, boom. We know on Sunday what we get. We ain't worrying about all this. We know, we see how you prepare. We know Wednesday night you come watch film. We know Thursday night you come watch film. We know Friday you come after that and you watch film too. Like 9 o'clock Wednesday and Thursday, I just come by myself to watch film because I wanted to make sure I knew everything. I wanted to be the most smartest like DN at the time because the older you get, your skills start to deteriorate. You know what I mean? So, and it was tough. It was tough sometimes, man, because when I got to Atlanta, it was like, man, this is what it feels like to be appreciated. I'm like, Lord, this don't even feel
That's,
right. Like I'm
that's
for real, like,
sad as hell.
and so, bro, no, I'm for real. When I got to Atlanta, it was just
No,
like,
I'm just saying
man,
it's sad as hell. It's crazy.
and then even when they got tired of me here in Atlanta, and I went to Arizona, and Bruce Arians is one of man. I don't know if he an old school era coach or something, but Bruce was the same way, man. And I was like, dude, this is what a coach is supposed to be like. And I'm like, Bruce, come talk to me, you know. Yeah, hey, like I ended up ending my career in Arizona, but you know, Bruce was like, man, look, you the starter. We don't care what all that stuff. You the man. You this and this. And Bruce, like, I'll like if Bruce would call me right now and say he needs something. I'm like, what you need, bro? I got you. Like that's just like, and that's the kind of thing I thought I was gonna have in New York, but I never got. And it could have been my fault for trying. And I think a lot of athletes get that kind of thing, like just because I'm drafted high. But you gotta understand, this coach didn't draft you. You get what I'm saying? Like this guy didn't draft you, so they kind of like you're just kind of like one of the people that they have to work with. Like they can't really get rid of you because you're actually good. Like you're actually making Pro Bowls. We can't really get rid of you right now, But at a certain time, we get a chance. You're out of here. And like people think I wanted to leave New York. I didn't, but it was just like the money wasn't right. Like you was trying to give me money, like really really bad. Like because I got hurt. Oh yeah, you deserve this. I'm like,
Yeah.
like what about all this right here? Like I got 10 sacks and 6 caused fumbles last year, but I still deserve this. I'm like, so it was a tough situation, man. But like I said, I'm not mad at New York, man. That's just part of the game. Everybody got their story.
Nah,
That's just
fuck
part
that.
of my story.
Fuck that, John. Look, like so y'all just heard that from the first pick, like number 13 pick overall in the first round. Y'all just heard that from them, right? And in my experience, I was undrafted. I didn't get picked at all. And I left New York feeling the exact same way this man telling me that he felt right now. And I never knew that John felt the way he felt until right now on this podcast. So in my mind, I loved Herm when I got there. I mean, his wife loved me. Like it was dope. Our experience was really dope. I remember I got hurt my first year rookie training camp, and he told me, man, you had a hell of a freaking camp so far. I'm in a training camp. The first day I get hurt, pop my calf. He's like, I know you hurt. Just get better. You good. They cut me the same fucking day. He had just reassured me that all I had to do is just get healthy, and I'm good. I left out of there feeling sick to my stomach, thinking my whole career was over. When I came back, I made the team, only played one game my rookie year in preseason to make the team. And then I go off, and then 911 hit with the Twin Towers and all that type of stuff. And then they activated me to the active roster. And then I played for the next 2 years, but I didn't get a chance to play. I think I only played 3 games in the next 2 years. Then when I got the chance to go to Tampa, I was on the first. I'm telling you, I hated New York so bad. I love the city of New York. I love being in Long Island, just like John. And I love the experience I had up there with the team, with my teammates. But I was so fucking ready to go to Tampa, to get to the South, to get the hell out of this situation, because I just felt like I was done so wrong. Like I really did. Like I felt like I did everything they asked me to do, and I'm not playing at all. I was thinking about quitting football altogether. I never ever thought about quitting football in my entire life. And literally, I got the call from Tampa. I thought, prayed, asking God, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing, God? Please give me a sign. Then I get the damn call from Tampa. I go to Tampa and win a fucking Super Bowl. Just like that. So everything that you saying, John, it make 100% sense, bro. And it's crazy to me that you would be the first pick for all that year, and you felt that way. And then I came in with Santana, and Santana he was on the first thing smoking in Washington. Same shit with him. Don't get it twisted. Like you ain't in this shit by yourself, bro. Like the thing that you felt like you were so alone and you didn't have nobody to talk to, and you had to endure all that shit by yourself and didn't have nobody to speak to, is crazy, bro. Like, and even me, same thing with me. When I retired, I was sick to my stomach for 10, 12 years until I started trying to come out of that comatose state of depression that I was in. So hearing you say that, bro, man, I love you, man. I really do, man. And I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. Anyway,
no.
I could have been.
But we were different then. Like we didn't talk.
Things
about
were
stuff
different,
like
way different. We didn't talk about shit.
I came from a household we didn't talk about it. I came from like me, like even Lavernius was my best friend. I didn't even talk to her about him. Me and Sean, like I didn't talk to her about, because everybody had their own stuff going on. Like at that time, you feel like everybody got their own stuff, and then it's hard for somebody who a first round pick, like Matt said, making $7 million in 5 years. Woo. Like, so everybody's looking at
I wasn't trying to sound like that, but I mean, it's like
I'm saying, but everybody's looking at you, like,
bro. Like, what?
Everybody expects you just to be happy.
Yeah.
because you're getting
Right.
paid that way and you're making certain things, but they just expect it. So when you come across as a little craft or just not happy about your job
They
and
feel
stuff
like
like
you
that,
don't
you don't
appreciate it.
understand that there's way more. Usually, when someone is unhappy with a team, it's way more than just the play. It's got something to do. Like even I tell people all the time, I'm like, you gotta know what people are going through before you judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I don't really judge players sometimes when they're doing certain
Well,
things.
well
Because,
said, John.
yeah, like I try not to because I've been in the situation. So people are like, oh, he this, he that, he this, and I'm like, man, that
Yeah,
dude, his
Matt, you don't
mom might
know.
be acting up, his sister might be acting
Yeah,
up, his God, they might be
yeah.
telling him he gonna start and he at the bench. I mean, it's all kind of stuff like this stuff that people don't understand how the relationships in locker rooms can, like the guy beside you, you and him could have might have messed with the same girl or something, and he beefing on you, so he talking shit to the coach. He telling the coaches and stuff bad. So I don't have players try to get me in trouble. Oh, Abe was doing this. I'm like, who told you that? Like, I ain't
That boy
like
was a
if I
savage.
did something, if somebody tell you something I did on this team, they was there with me doing it too. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say. So if somebody say Abe was out
exactly.
doing this, he was out there doing it with me. Like, there ain't no way because
How else
I,
he
I
know?
promise I had it happen before when I was in Atlanta. Some guy, so one of the little things tried to go in there and say John did this because they were trying to get me. I was like, you know what? All right, let's who said it? I said, matter of fact, you don't gotta tell me who said it. I know who said it because this was there too. So if he gonna talk about me, trust me, I ain't never did dirty alone. So whenever y'all see my name in the paper for trouble, I
Best
was
ain't never
never
did
alone.
right alone.
I ain't never did nothing alone. Okay, I'm telling you right now. I might have took one for the team, but I ain't never was alone when I got in dirt.
You hear that, Matt? Before you judge Marlon Humphrey, you said find out what's going on with him. It's okay.
I don't want
You
to.
heard you heard it from Abraham.
I respect what he's I respect what he's saying, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna just leave it at that.
100%.
I hope
All right,
one day
so
y'all walk through the airport. I hope one day y'all walk through the airport and y'all have to sit on the plane together. You like, hey, Mark, why'd you do that? He like,
I'll ask him too.
hey,
I'll
look,
ask you.
hey, Matt, he just be like this. You know what, man? I ain't knew if I was gonna play anymore that year. I was really upset about the situation, and this is how I handle my trauma. My trauma, I do stupid things. Because that's how some people do. Some people do stupid stuff. And I don't
100%.
want to bring, like, you see a lot of these, bro, if you'd have seen me 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Well, no, go back. 21. 22 was the last time I really was off kill. But those years, like I didn't know how to handle my trauma or my drama or whatever it was. And I used to do dumb things. And I thought that it was okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna show people I don't care. I gotta, I'm trying to peel my skin off because I'm trying to show my vulnerability, but I'm doing it the wrong way. Instead of being like,
Right.
It's understandable.
and I'm not saying that that's his thing, but I like for me, like a lot of people, like man, I have people come to me now. I'm like, bro, you was such a wild dude in 2015, 2000. I said, man, you know what? That's okay. I say, you know what? And I don't even remember half the stuff I did the last 10 years. Well, yeah. Like from 2014 to 2020, like, I don't remember half that stuff, and
Yeah.
I apologize. If you still rock with me, I still rock with you. If you don't, that's okay. Just keep on moving. I ain't even tripping. That was my past. If you still think I'm the same guy, being 5 years sober, graduated college, taking sign language, playing piano, on the podcast with my homeboy Will Cop. You know what I'm saying? If y'all think I'm still the same person, y'all can have that person. He's still there for y'all,
Yeah.
but he ain't in me no more. So you can go look at the
Right.
old pictures, you can do all that
I,
other stuff.
I do want to say one thing though. As much as we Daniel and I have been doing this show for 2 years now, and you've probably been the most open and honest football player we've had on here as a guest. Just
I can
about
lie.
the
I lie.
no no
I
no
can lie.
no no no.
It sounds
I
good.
appreciate it.
Hey, I
I
can make it
appreciate
sound. I can really get it
no no
pumping
no.
in.
It's genuine because
He's right on time. He's
you
right on
know
time.
it's genuine because
Yeah.
we don't hear it from you guys enough because of not necessarily lack of platform. Some guys just don't want to open up, but seeing how you look at your career in retrospect and in your life, it's refreshing to hear it because you only most of the time after your career, you're only in the news for bad things,
Yeah.
more so than good. But to see that you take ownership of everything and you kind of thought back on your life and you're trying to do better and you're apologetic and I mean football fans are fickle, man. We can make the most genuine person feel like an asshole. Marlon might be a genuine person, but most of the time I can't stand his ass.
But I
And
understand as a fan. Hey, Matt, to your contribution, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Now I'm on your side. As a fan, I feel it because I see how much emotion now. I go to games, to the Falcons games now, and I understand why the fans are
It's
so
a transition. It's a
I understand
transition
when
for
y'all.
us.
I totally understand why you feel that way because you're like, dude, I'm out here every day cheering for you. We're out here doing this, and you were doing that. I get it, bro. I'm on your side with that because like now, cause I was at the game Sunday, I was just like, man, I was sitting there listening to everybody. I was like,
and John, I can relate, and I've told Daniel this off air and on air over the years. I equate that to my line of work where I'm a correctional officer. I have been for 15 years, and that's like somebody that's
Right. I know, right? Hey.
no, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
that's like
You
somebody
seen
reading out of a binder telling me the rules and regulations when I'm having shit thrown at me and I'm having, boiling Vaseline thrown on me,
Yeah.
which has happened to me, and they're throwing cups of piss at us. And
you
it's like,
shouldn't
oh,
do
you should be
that.
doing X, Y, and Z out of a binder. And
Yeah,
it's like, you
yeah.
never walked on a tear, buddy. You can't tell me shit.
Hey, why are
So,
you having a beer right now? Why are you doing this? Like,
yeah,
yeah, you got
you
to.
know,
And thank you for what you do because that's a tough job too, man. Like, so you should understand. Like, I tell
I
certain
do.
people, like certain my friends, like understand the outside. Like a lot of my literally all my friends I went to high school with are like military.
Mhm.
So with
Yeah.
like all the stuff I went through, they're like they like it ain't nothing. Like I'll be like, bro, I had to do this. Like really? All right. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, like y'all don't
Yeah. 5
understand.
a.m. every day.
Like, he's like, hey, man, he's like, bro, I'm addicted to cocaine. So what you talking about? Hey, I'm shit. You worry about that? Like, he's like, hey,
Yeah, I
hey,
know, right?
my friends are like, but I think they're just so like happy with life. You know, that they made it through. They really could have died. So like one of my homeboys, he is just the most uplifting guy. Like he did all
I
his
love
time
that.
in the military. Now he just always so happy. He don't talk about the bad things that happen. He just always good, man. You go have him a drink and he good. Like all my homeboys, if you look at him, like man, that dude messed up, but they enjoying life now, man. People don't understand
I
that
love that.
what they went through mentally
Mm-hmm.
is something that we can never partake in. What you go through, bro, I couldn't do. And that's the funny thing is, like you might think you could play football, but I'm
No,
telling you, I couldn't do what you did. I
I've
couldn't. Like, as much as I wanted to, I couldn't do it because I know how I would flip like this. You know, I would flip like this, and I would expect the same respect that athletes expect. I would respect it. I would be like, you should respect me just like you respect an athlete. That's how I would feel in that position. Like both
Right.
of those are power positions, different like criteria, but both of those are power, and people don't understand. Like that's why I try to respect everybody until they disrespect me. But I never try to cross the line at all now. Like I don't like before I would cross the line with people. I don't want to get in no fights. I don't want you to think about shooting me. I don't want you to. I don't talk about your mama unless you let me. I ain't got nothing, bro. When I say I ain't got no, I can't even talk trash if I want to, man. I talk trash now. I start laughing. I'm like, dude, I ain't got. I be walking in. I be
I
walking
love
in the
that for you,
public,
Jay.
man. These people be ready to bump you and stuff, and I'm just like, I ain't even got energy for y'all, man. Like it'll be so stupid to me to get into fight now. And I got 4 daughters, so they ain't. Yeah, I'm good. Like I
uh,
want them to see dad happy. I want them to see dad, doing stuff like this. I don't want them to see dad
when
like just.
I got 4
when I
daughters.
became a dad,
That's why
I
you're growing,
stopped
man.
doing all
All
that
the
wild
years.
shit.
Well, not when I first became a dad. When I first became, I ain't get this. Y'all wild.
I was a wreck boy for about 10 years, and then when my daughter came along,
Yeah.
I chilled.
Yeah.
Abe got 4
My
daughters. So you know what that tell me,
Yeah,
Abe?
my first daughter came when I was my first year in the league. And that was kind of tough because her mom was going to be an anesthesiologist. I was in the NFL. Not saying we couldn't
Yeah.
have worked, but she's married to a woman, so we probably wouldn't have worked. But but, but that relationship's still cool. So my daughter's 24 now. She's an RN. I got a 17-year-old. I got a 9-year-old. And I want to be there for them, but I want them to see me doing this because they don't have to remember all that stuff from the past. They can see dad like hanging out with Drewski like I was in Atlanta yesterday. Well, I mean Sunday.
Man, that shit was funny, bro.
What? Hanging out on a podcast, like
Yeah, I
telling
saw you
folks
on
my
Oprah
life.
with Juice.
Yeah. That was cool though, man.
Drewski's
Funny
from up
thing,
my way.
Drewski told me I was a legend. I felt good about it. I said, man, you a legend out here in Atlanta.
Hey,
Boy, you was off my
hey,
good.
hey, you are a legend, bro. You're a legend
They give
in
my
two states.
don't they give me cookie
In
points
three
for my
states.
daughter though. They give me cookie
Oh, for
points for my
sure.
daughter.
Because they head over here with this social media shit. Now they crazy about that stuff.
That's an easy win right
These,
there,
these
bro.
kids are different, bro. It's a whole different era, man. I don't know if we could have. I don't know how well we would have done in this era with social media.
We would have did good. Let me tell
You
you why
think
we would
so?
have did good.
What?
Because if we had the social media at the time, we would have adjusted. I tell people when people always talk about athletes, like could the
Yeah.
70s players play with the 2000 player? I said they would have adjusted. You gotta understand, it's a whole different chemistry. Cause we got dogs up here. Like we really were dogs. Like me and you, bro, we was dogs.
Yeah.
So if you put
Cut
us
from a
in the
different era.
70s, you would have made it in the 70s. If you would have put us in the 80s, would have made it 80s. Put us in the 90s. You put me in the league right now, I'm still gonna make it. Not because I'm a great person. I got that dog right here. I got that mentality that I don't want to lose in certain situations. Some situations
Talk your
I've had
shit,
so,
bro.
but you would have
Talk
put
your
anyone.
shit.
I'll tell you, if you put any one of these athletes that were like the top tier athlete, they would have made it. I don't care what people say,
Yeah.
unless you go to the 60s now. 60s might have been a little tougher. But you're talking about like the athletes that were like, yeah, I think everybody would have got an opportunity to make it.
I love it, dog. All right, we got to shift gears a little bit because I don't had you on here for a whole hour, John. We still ain't talked about this freaking
He
Jets and
looks like
Ravens
he's
game.
having fun, bro.
We're talking about the game.
No, I mean, but this what happens like when my teammates come on, bro. Like I literally get a chance to feel like I'm catching up on your life because we don't get a chance to really talk like this very often, So I don't ever want to not take advantage of these opportunities, but at the same time, I know the fans want to hear what you think of this Ravens Jets game that's coming up. Our ex teammate, our former teammate Aaron Glenn, is now the head coach for the New York Jets. All right, and they got to come into the M&T Bank Stadium. It used to be one of the hardest fucking places in the world to play at, and they got to play. What was your experience coming here to have to play against the Baltimore Ravens? And what kind of stigma did the Ravens have for you when you was in the league and you played, whether you was with the Jets or the Falcons? Anytime you come into the bank to play these guys, what were you thinking?
Well, I can tell you the first time I saw Ray Lewis play, and it was the year, it was like my rookie year. And I was just like, this dude was amazing. And this was right after all that stuff happened. And he came back that year just like, it was like, we played him like the first game, man. And I was just sitting there watching, like, you ever felt like you don't supposed to be playing football? When I seen how he was playing.
Was that your rookie year or your sophomore year?
Yeah, my rookie year. I was sitting
It was
there
your rookie year, 2000.
That was our first Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yep. That year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there watching it, and it was just like,
I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, I was like, dude, there ain't no way I can play this football game because he was just everywhere. I ain't never seen. It was like he was a mechanic just working on the car, like just every play. I was like, dude, and I didn't really, because you gotta understand, I only played 1 year of high school football, so I didn't know a lot about like superstar players. I didn't know a lot about Miami. I didn't know a lot, so I was learning football as I played. Like at South Carolina, those 4 years, strictly me trying to learn how to play defensive end. Then it was strictly me trying to learn linebacker my senior year. So I went looking to the pros and to the people I knew that was in the pros, people I knew that were in the pros. That's it. So I'm like looking, I'm learning. Then I was like, who is this number guy? Like, why I ain't never heard of him? Because I didn't really. It was so far from me. I was trying to study every defensive end. I was trying to study every like outside linebacker. I wasn't paying attention. And I watched that game because the first time I heard him was about the little incident in Atlanta. But then I'm like watching this guy and I'm looking like, they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. And this is probably like one of the first games of the year. But watching him, and I was like, man. And then coming to Baltimore playing there, I had to play against Big Jonathan Alvin a lot. Well, not a lot, but playing him one time is a lot. Because playing him one time, playing him one time is a lot. Like you say, man, I played that guy a lot. I played him like one time, but just like people have that heavyweight fight. But see, J.O. was just like so funny because he would be laughing at you. Like you'll make a good move on you, like he'd be and just walk back to him. I'm looking like, dude, because everybody make it seem like he's such a scary guy. But if you see him, he's like just if you beat him with a move, he'll be like, good move, like what you did that time. I don't know, okay, he'll just walk back, and I'm like this dude is cool as hell, but he was just a monster. Like the size he was, the strength. I remember that, and I just remember watching that defense and being like, man, I never liked that color, but I would love to be on the defense. Like, cause I'm watching Suggs, I'm watching what's old boy from South Carolina, 58,
Peter
Bower,
Doomerville.
Bowyer. Yeah,
Bowyer.
Bowyer.
Peter
I used to watch Bowyer. I
Bowyer.
used to watch Bowyer because he's from South Carolina. Bowyer's from South Carolina, so I used to watch Bowyer when he was at Florida State, and I wanted to like play like him. I'm like, man, I love being a team.
Bowyer was a dog.
Yeah, Bowyer was too. You see how small he is now, man. He's like 210 now. He's little, is skinny man, little skinny man. But
that's what I'm trying to do. I need to get loose. I need to lose this damn weight.
So like coming into that area, and then like right after that Super Bowl, like trying to come back there, it's just like, and just watching that defense, man. And even if you're not a fan, you're a fan. Like I don't care who you are. Like you can watch it. Like I used to love watching Tom Brady on offense, even though like we had to play him, but just watching how he played, watching Drew Brees, watching Matt Ryan. I got to watch that up. Even watching Chad Pennington when he was hot. When Chad was hot. Chad never got hurt. Me and Chad probably two of the best Jets ever. We never got hurt. And I ain't trying to be prude or anything like that, but Chad was.
I agree with you, 100%.
If you ever got to watch Santana Moss in like practice, and then watch how fluent he is in the game, it's scary. Like just to watch him, like getting to watch these guys. Like I remember y'all had Starks running out, like all that stuff. Like getting to watch all these people play. It's like Jamal Lewis. I remember him from college. He didn't knock me out this time. He knocked me out in college. He didn't knock me out when we played in Tennessee. I had a little more weight on me. But my sophomore year, he was a freshman. He was the same size in college, bro.
He was huge, bro. He was that size in high school too.
Yeah, they told me. They're like, man, Jalen
was huge.
I was like, stop playing. Like,
grown damn man, dog.
Yeah, man.
So you think they just got a chance?
I do. I do. And I'm gonna tell you why. From what I watched the Cleveland game, I don't know what was going on with Lamar, but he was holding the ball. Now look, I love Myles Garrett, but if you watch the sacks that Lamar gave up, he don't usually do that. The Jets are a good sack team. Y'all defense has not been as great as it was. I'm not saying they're going to win, but how the NFL is this year, this is the worst I've ever done trying to predict games or trying to because the games are so weird. You got Buffalo losing to people. You got the Falcons losing to these people. You got Baltimore doing this. So this year has been, so that's why I'm kind of like, whenever somebody asks me about a game, if you'd asked me about this last year or even preseason, oh yeah, they got the Jets. They're going to get the Jets. Jets going to play well. Yeah. I mess with AG, but I think they're going to, the Baltimore team is just that good this year. But then like now it's like, and anybody can get it. I think the Jets are kind of like one of those teams that just swinging. They're just swinging. Now, you ever seen a boxer like, my season is kind of over. We're just gonna start swinging. Like we're just gonna keep swinging and hopefully get a knockout.
Going for it on every fourth down.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? They got rid of Sauce.
We ain't got shit to lose.
They got rid of Quinton, but they played well last week. Like if you watch them, they played well as a team. And you see them as a unit, they played well enough to win. And since they gave away got all these picks now, that shows that they probably going to keep Aaron for a couple more years. So I think it's possible, but I'm hoping that I see Lamar being more comfortable, getting rid of all that stuff. Because I'm kind of like on the sides of both teams. I like watching good football, so I want to see Lamar get back to a comfortable Lamar. He didn't look comfortable in Cleveland to me.
I said this to Wilcox last show, John, and looking at the standings right now in the AFC, you would think it's 2005 right now with the Colts and the Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers and it's just crazy how everything's like the Chiefs aren't even considered a playoff team right now. 5-5.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We just got back to 500. We just got to 500 this last week. That's shit crazy, bro.
Hey, John, I'm glad you're on the show now because this was a rough show to do for about a month.
No, but that's the kind of stuff I like about doing these shows because I want to be in it. Like I want to learn everything possible. I want to know what y'all know. So when I'm talking to somebody else, I can say, "Hey, Trigger felt like this. Hey, Daniel felt like this." I love getting all the information I can now because the end of my career, like with concussion stuff, I've lost so much stuff. I have to watch film of my stuff, and it took me a long time to get back into football because I just couldn't relate anymore. couldn't relate. Like it would hurt me to think about football now. But getting back and like talking to you guys and just talking football, like, and we actually should have been. Well, we're pretty intelligent when it comes to football, but just like being able to talk without having to say, yes, well, this is important, and this, just being able to free flow and say what you want to say. But I love like talking losses because if you're really good at doing this kind of job, you're going to figure out what they need to do to win. And if it start happening, you can say, you remember I said that they get rid of this guy and do this guy, so all the stuff to me, it's just like math. It's like plus, minus, all.
That's it.
Yeah, I try to walk a fine line because I'm the non-player of the show. So me telling anybody that an NFL player who's doing what 0.3% of high school athletes do professionally in the history of the sport, it's foolish. But there's one thing that I can relate to is that there's an offensive lineman on the Ravens, number 77. We do the same thing. We don't block anybody.
He garbage. He fucking garbage, bro.
Fucking terrible.
Hey, I'm gonna do that. Like I tell my kid, like there's no garbage pro players at all. But watching this kid play, bro, it's like what are we doing? Like
he's going to get Lamar killed.
You're about like me. I try to say there's no garbage players, but sometimes you see that one player like, why are you here? Like, who are you kin to? Like,
he gets in the way more than he hits people.
Wow.
Every rule that you're supposed to have as an offensive lineman, he breaks all those rules. He's stiff. He doesn't move well.
Like I said, as long as you're being honest, you're okay.
We have the same amount of win rates in pass blocking this year.
So what do y'all feel like y'all need to do to win today? Since y'all talking about my Jets, and I feel like we got a good opportunity. I feel like
it's a wrap for y'all, John.
I feel like
it's a wrap for
you
you.
feel like it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap for you.
So what do you think is going to be the running game, or do you think it's going to be Lamar? Because y'all receivers been kind of janky. So you gotta give me a little more. Like,
it's going to be the running game.
I'll give you that. I think it's going to be a combination of both. Like, I mean, the biggest issue that we have is coaching. It's not the players. Like even with Lamar over the years.
That's pretty stern to say now.
I'm saying that for 2 years now.
That's pretty stern.
I'm keeping it 100. Every time we get to real big games with good teams and good coaching staffs, we get our ass whooped. The AFC Championship 2 years old, last year but the first game of the year against Buffalo, we lost 40-41. Like we scored 40 points and we give up 41. That shit's coaching, bro. Like it's so many different things that I can point to. Like even this season, like we started the season off with that first loss against Buffalo. Then we go run through Cleveland ass with Joe Flacco at the quarterback, and then we come back and lose the next 4 games in a row. It's just like, bro, and as you watch each one of those games, it's like, hey, at one point we thought the players gave up on the coaching staff. Like it was that bad. Like that Detroit game, that came through here. They put 300 yards rushing up on the Ravens, bro. On the Ravens defense, that shit ain't never happening. So
they put 300 on Atlanta.
John, when David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs ran back-to-back 70-yard touchdown runs, I walked out of the stadium. I was there.
Well, you were at the stadium.
I was there.
I was at the game.
I walked out. I texted
as you
Wilcox,
watch
said,
this team, as you watch this team, John, and I try to explain this to Matt and them all the time, and I try to put it out to the world so the world could hear it. When you play against really good players, you eliminate that player. It's no way John Abraham is finna come get 5. What did Myles Garrett get last week on that?
4
fucking sacks.
He was, and
he should have had 5.
He should have had 5 down the end zone, down near our goal line. He was
one-on-one with everybody, John. Why would you leave him one-on-one with anybody?
That's what I don't understand either. They like the tight end blocking, the tackle. He just barely touched him, and he out.
He threw Rosengarten, our tackle, with one arm.
Yeah, just like boom, he just touched him. So, but I mean, Myles Garrett is a different standard of player. But my thing is, I just felt like Lamar was holding the ball too long. And the same thing when in Cleveland, when I watched the New England game, New England they kind of hold the ball, and I'm like, y'all don't know y'all got Myles Garrett.
He said, "Watching our O line is like what people bang."
That's terrible. That's horrible.
That's exactly what he means. That shit's terrible.
He means that shit.
What he means. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Even you just said Lamar holding the ball too long. That means the play is taking too long to develop.
Right. Now, is that
call some shorter shit?
Is that the receiver's not getting open? Like, because I see him
call some shorter shit.
Or is he scared? Is he scared to run now? Like I'm trying to say, because like That's what I'm
think he's
trying to
hurt.
put all this into it because he was
I
hurt,
think
so
he's
you
hurt,
don't want to
John.
get him hurt.
I think he's hurt.
He got hurt in the Buffalo game. I think he's been hurt all year.
Yeah,
all
Because
year.
that's what
we
I'm
have
trying to say.
we
He
haven't
hasn't
gotten
ran
our
the same since that game.
No, I see like Matt. I see him taking sacks, Matt. It makes me because I ain't saying like I said, Miles is a great athlete, but this just like he ain't like ducking or spinning. He just like oh sh, like oh sh. I'm like, so they might have told him like, look, man, all that little running, we ain't gonna do that now. We need you healthy for the playoffs. We're gonna let you
I think he
play,
hurt, bro.
but
I'm
you can't
telling
do
you, I
all
think
this
he hurt.
crazy stuff now.
I think he got hurt in Buffalo, and I don't think he's been right since because he hasn't had that classic game, John, this year where he has 215 yards passing, but he's got 120 on the ground.
Yeah,
He hasn't had that kind of game this year, and it looks like he's running at a necessity to get a first down as opposed to design runs. He hasn't had many design runs because a lot of the design runs that is meant for him have gone to Henry, have gone to Mark Andrews, have gone
Which they
to.
should anyway. They don't need a damn design.
They should.
Run. Just drop
They
back
should.
and take the fuck
But,
off.
I mean, they've really gone away from it, and the thing is, Daniel and I have talked about this a lot. John, is Lamar has shown that he can beat anybody with his feet or with his arm. He doesn't need to rely on that now that we got Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell in the backfield. I don't want him running unless he absolutely has to. That's just me personally as a fan and somebody that watches football. I coach football at the high school level. Like I've been around the game, but you know, I don't want to see him get hurt. He's a $55 million quarterback.
Yeah. But that's the reason why he got paid that. That's the hardest thing about being an athlete. You know, you want to keep the guys fresh, you want to keep them on the field, but him without his legs is not Lamar. You know what I mean? Like
I understand that.
The MVP, like if they design plays for him, run the power play or something like that. Run something that run something that is a sweep so he run out of the bounds or something like that. You know, the plays that you gotta run gotta be 5 to 6 yards, get out of bounds, then 5 to 6 yards. Don't try to get 17 yards. Don't run down the middle of the field when you know you can take a big hit. You gotta like almost be like it's kind of how they do Bijan Robinson. Like Bijan, he gets the ball and it's kind of like a play you run and then kind of try to find the hole and get down. Like we ain't trying to do anything amazing. We don't want to see him get hit and stuff, you know. But it's just like I just want to see good football. So
me too.
You know, and then me and Dan, we ain't used to people being soft. Like we don't care if you hurt or not. You gonna be out there. Like we ain't used to
give it all, goddamn.
We play all this shit. Like, we see the stuff that go on now. We be like, man, we still be out there. Like I like this, trying to hold down, trying to see who you blocking like this.
Squint your eyes so the triples will come to one.
Yeah. So for me, it's like tough, you know, seeing like players are like, oh, they're taking them into 10. I'm like, what? So it's still like for me getting used to it. Like, you know, like well, we don't want to see him run. I'm like, I want to see him run. Like people don't like Baker Mayfield be running way too much to me. Like he's gonna like he's
a crash dummy though. He's
slick a wide.
He ain't gonna, I don't see how he made it through the year so far. I'm like, dude, they ain't gonna win too much if we keep doing it.
That's like that's like the young kid in New York, Jackson Dart.
Yeah, but he's young.
He already hurt. He's
hurt though already.
But I'm saying, what? I mean, come on, he got
him and Scatterbo. That's like pit bulls, like communicate with each other up there.
Nah, Scatterbo is hurt. Now that's hurt.
Yeah, he got
that's hurt. You see that? Yeah, you see something go like this? They're supposed to go like this?
I mean,
that's hurt.
But when Scatterbo was healthy, like watching them communicate was like watching pit bulls, you know, bark at each other.
I like they bringing up. I like they bring that edge back to football, you know, because there's so many prima donnas winning.
Ain't nobody playing violent like that.
Like I don't see why you need 4 or 5 chains during the game. Like you can wear 1, it's pretty cool, but you got like 8 chains on. Like you here to play football, you here to look good. Like give me, like I wore earrings though. I ain't gonna lie, I wore little earrings. I was trying to be flashy, but I'm like some of this stuff is just like this ain't football. I saw one dude with a bracelet on the other day. I was like, wow.
I know Derek wears a gold chain. Derek Henry.
A bracelet.
Oh yeah, I don't mind the chain. I'm saying, but people be wearing.
Somebody had a bracelet on.
Yeah, dude had a bracelet on. I was like, wow, he had a bracelet
in NFL.
Yeah, the NFL.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, man. We do this every single show, John. Because we already at an hour and 20 minutes, and we'll keep talking to your ass. I want you to come back on the show again so we can have you on for another hour. But we over our limit right now. So, what I want to do, we always do this every single show.
What limit?
We got to still keep it to like 60 minutes. We don't want to keep, we don't want to keep. John got to go to damn bed. So look, all right,
you want to go to bed? Let's stop lying. You want to go to bed?
Show. I do. I got to get up early. I got to go to work.
Your old ass wants to go to bed. Stop playing around.
Shut the hell up, Matt. Nobody asked you, bro. So, John, we always do an offensive player of the game. Who you think gonna be the offensive player of the game? Who you think gonna be the defensive player of the game? And then we always do a score prediction at the end of each show. So we ended this show with me, you, and Matt giving our offensive player of the game. Who you think is gonna be the defensive player of the game? Who you think is gonna be? And then what do you think the score position is for this game? Whether or not you think the Jets gonna win, the Ravens gonna win, and what the score is. Okay. So go for it. Those three things.
I think the offensive player of the game is definitely going to be. I'm gonna do on both sides or just one side.
You're just one side. If you want to do both, you can do both. But all you got to do is one.
Well, I'm gonna say Tyrod Taylor for the Jets is going to be the MVP for them, or the player of the game for them. Defense for the Jets, I have no clue who they even have on defense now. It's so weird. So on defense, give me Hamilton for y'all on defense. But I'm saying just for I know you can't have two separate players for it got to be the same team. But I'd rather say Hamilton for defense, and I'm
okay.
We'll take Tyrod Taylor. I'm getting Tyrod Taylor. I think Tyrod is going to come and play. He can't play worse than old boy.
Justin.
Yeah, Justin got 4 games. He got 4 games with under 50 yards, bro.
Passing?
Yeah, passing. He threw for 53. He threw for 53 yards in the international game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, man, he got 4 games under 50 yards.
Bro, that's when I talked to you about coaching earlier. That's what I'm talking about. That's coaching, bro.
Man, exactly. I don't even know, bro. So give me those 2. I know it's a lopsided, y'all. It's my first time.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. You good? No, don't apologize. I'm fine with that. You got Tyrod on offense for the Jets, and on defense you got Kyle Hamilton. Score prediction: who you think gonna win, and then what the score you think is gonna be?
Give me 16-13 Jets.
16-13 Jets.
I respect his loyalty. I respect his loyalty.
I mean, he came on jet up for head to toe, so you gotta hold him down.
I'm pretty sure he thinks Cooper Rush is still starting for us right now.
Bet you wish.
All right, I'll jump in. I'll go next. All right, I'm gonna go offense. All right, on offense, I'm gonna go with Zay Flowers. I think Zay gonna have a big day against y'all. Y'all done got rid of y'all star cornerback, Sauce Gardner. So I think Zay gonna cut the fuck loose on y'all boys.
They played good last week though. Go ahead.
They did. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think Zay and Lamar gonna have a day throwing against y'all. So I'm gonna go with Zay Flowers on offense. On defense, I'm going with Kyle again. I went with Kyle last week too. So I love the Atlanta guys, bro. Anytime they from the A, it's kind of hard for me to kind of stay away from them. And Kyle is just playing like a freaking madman right now. He's an assassin. So I'm gonna go with Kyle Hamilton.
Linebacker, edge, middle linebacker.
He's taking a snap at every position this year.
A player.
Yeah. Corner, safety, linebacker. He only had 1 snap at safety.
He's a skinny Dallas Thomas around here.
Yep.
100%. That kid balling. Yeah, my score prediction, I'm gonna say the Ravens are gonna turn up this week. We play at home. We had a really tough game last week against Cleveland. I think we're gonna bounce back a little bit this week. I'm gonna go 38 points for the Ravens. 38 for the Ravens. The Jets, I'm gonna say Jets 18. 38-18. Ravens win.
Man, where you get 18 from? That's a weird number.
6 field goals.
Yeah. That's it. No touchdowns.
That's called 6 field goals right there.
Okay. All right, Matt, you up? Who you got?
I rock with him at least once every month because I think that he's going to have a game. This is a Keaton Mitchell game.
Definitely.
It's a Keaton Mitchell game. I don't know if it should be the return game or offensively. I think he gets a touchdown this week. I think he gets his first of the year.
AP from the ATL too. Keaton Mitchell.
I got you. I know.
Yeah.
And on defense, Draymond Jones.
Okay.
That man has been causing havoc for 2 games now. I think he's due for his first multiple sack
we
game.
just stole him.
So you're saying a 3-game streak?
Yeah, we just
No, we traded for him from the Titans a couple weeks ago,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and he's been
he's with the
causing havoc.
He looked
Score?
good. He really do. He looked good last week.
He looks really good. The score,
What number is he? 50?
41.
41? Okay.
Yeah, watch out for 41 on defense.
Yeah, check him. Be out there.
Oh man, the score. 31-13 Ravens.
Dang.
31-13.
Y'all gonna run through them, huh?
You got somebody in the. Hold on, we got somebody picked the Jets in the comments.
Adrian said Jets 13. Okay.
I'm gonna see him at pickup line this week. This is we're school dads together, so I'm gonna have to check him on that.
Adrian said 13-10.
Weird this year, man. This NFL is weird. It's hard to
It is, bro. We don't really score high against using division opponents. It's always like a 3-point score game. So last week I think it's kind of a fluke against a team that's not in our division, like the Jets. I think we're gonna run it up. So I think we're gonna bounce back this week. We'll see. Go ahead, Matt. What you was about to say?
No, I just wanted to ask him real quick. I wanted to ask you, John, real quick while we still got you. I know it's getting up there towards 90 minutes. Do you think it was appropriate for the league to suspend Jalen, even though he got spit on?
Who?
Jalen Ramsey got spit on.
Oh no! I thought you was talking about. I thought you were gonna say Lamar Chase. No. Jalen, no.
Yeah, that was.
I thought you was gonna say.
No.
I jumped the gun, my guy. My fault. No, they should rescind that. Like, okay, look, we're sorry about that. You're not suspended. We're gonna get your money back. You know, that's all we can do because it's. And then the fact that he lied about it and said he didn't do it, and they had it on tape.
Like what was he thinking?
Nah,
there's never been anybody that spit on somebody that didn't get caught.
Yeah, Thomas said it. Like, look, you spit on somebody, I ain't do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
like,
I've had that happen before. I lost my mind.
I don't remember it happening to me. The kind of spit on me, that ain't what I like. That ain't the kind of spit on me I like. It ain't what we working with.
That's why you was hurt. That's why your girl was hurt your whole damn career.
Yeah.
Why you got 4 girls right now.
Oh man, I had fun.
I love this show.
John, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you coming on, man. Really enjoyed the time. Man, I hope this shit go viral because you said you left a bunch of nuggets and a bunch of gems that I think people need to hear, especially us as retired players and people that plan on going to the league. And it doesn't matter if you're in the NFL or MLB or NBA because we're all going through the same shit, you know. So I appreciate you, bro, for coming on and just being vulnerable and just kind of, you know, peeling some layers back. Like Ray Lewis told the team that you're just being naked, you know, just getting yourself naked in front of the world, bro. I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, no.
Look at Matt. Pause.
Matt
was waiting.
Hey, Wilcox, it was good to see you and good to hear from you again, man. You know, I've been watching from far, you know, on Facebook and all the other stuff. I still be watching, but you know, Matt, you know, like I said, nice to meet you, man.
Likewise, bro.
Have a great time. Good night. Good night, John. And good night, Lil John. Be safe, dog. What? Bird gang out.
He's performing at Thanksgiving.
Lil John?
At the stadium. Lil John's gonna be at the stadium on Thanksgiving night.
I might come up there for that.
All
right, John, be safe, bro.
She gonna kill you, dog.
Shut up, man. Good night, Matt. I'll talk to y'all later.
That was a hell of an interview, man. Thank you again, John, for stopping by the show for the last 90 minutes. Those of you that stuck by us the entire time. It's been a wild ride. We got a lot of good nuggets, like you said. But that'll do it for this episode of We Bleed Purple Podcast. Wilcox, where can everybody find you?
You already know you can find me at social media, baby. IG Daniel.Wilcox and at Coach Wilcox on X. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, We Bleed Purple Podcast. Please keep looking us up. Please keep joining the show, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. Go ahead, man. I can find you at.
You can find me on mtrigwbp on my X. Hopefully, I get that situated because I got locked out of it earlier. And mtrig89 on Instagram. And like Daniel said, make sure you like, subscribe, and set your notifications for when we go live on We Bleed Purple podcast on YouTube. And that is a wrap. We will see you Sunday night after the game.
Bird game.